What up, everyone? It's your boy, Satemangala, the Reverend of the Revolution, welcome you to another edition of your Daily Revolution, the podcast that helps you to wake up, turn your brain on, and to prosper every single day in every part of your life. Today's topic, don't suppress your desires. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. When I was in kindergarten, I wanted to be a football player. And I didn't get it. Most kids, they want to play, today it's Steph Curry. Guys want to be Curry or Kevin Durant, LeBron James. In football, it's like Cam Newton, Tom Brady, the up-and-coming players. We all have these desires. And I had these desires that were really strong. But I get it. Sometimes we have physical capabilities that aren't going to be there. I'm never going to race against Michael Phelps in swimming. I'm never going to go run a 5-minute mile marathon. Like some of these guys who run these marathons and averaging 4 to 5 minute miles. That's insanity for my body. My body has some just different gifts and talents and abilities. But why do I share this? Because as I got older, I continued to have a deep fire within me. That fire and that drive and that desire led me to want to play the game of football, to dominate the game of football. I wanted it so bad. I would think about football. I would draw football plays in school. I worked out every day. I did what was required. As I got older, I did the work required to get the scholarship. I did the work required to become a starter, a captain, an all-conference player. I did the work required to get into the NFL. When my NFL days were over and done, back injuries forced me into early retirement. I was on to the next thing, but then again, I had deep desires in my heart, deep desires to be wealthy. Now go figure this. I grew up in a Christian Mormon home, worshiping God, going to church on Sundays, doing my best to abstain from specific things that, just weren't really good for me. And yet in the deep, dark parts of my heart, not even dark parts, just the deep parts of my heart, I wanted to be wealthy. I wanted to make a difference for people. I wanted to have money in my account. I wanted to impact people. And these were desires that I thought, man, something's wrong with me. Why can't I just be like everybody else? Why can't I just settle? Why can't I just fit in? Because most of the times I didn't fit in with most Polynesians. They were out drinking kava, I was studying. They were out barbecuing until midnight, I was sleeping, I was training, I was doing something different. And for the longest time, I wanted to be accepted, or I wanted to fit in. And then there came a point in time where I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's it's just not me. It's just not my desire. It's not what I want. What I want were these specific things. And there were desires to do something great and significant. There was the desire to make a difference. It was desire to change lives. Now, I've had these desires for a long time. And they never go away. I prayed, I cried, God, please remove these desires from my heart. Please allow me to just not want so much, not want to be great, not want to live a higher purpose and a higher calling. And I prayed so many nights that God would remove these desires from my heart. Because where you have a desire, you begin to take action. When you begin to take action, things happen. And every choice has a consequence. So why do I share this with you? Because the desires of my heart today, the desires of my heart have been to lead men and women, to transform lives, to preach a message of power, of empowerment, of doing the work required to get the results, to creating your life that you want on purpose, with intention, deliberately. It's never been to settle. It's never been to mooch and to loot. It's never been to get something for nothing. The desires of my heart have been to live a life of contribution, of giving, of loving, of making a difference. And I can't believe that I used to want to suppress these things. Suppress them. Why? Because I wanted to fit in. So here's my message for you today, my brothers and sisters. Stop suppressing the desires of your heart. Now listen, some of y'all gonna listen to this and be like, cool, like I wanna go have sex with all kinds of women. September said don't suppress it. Come on, man. Think now. Use your brain. Turn your brain on. Don't be taking things out of context. Don't be trying to overeat the chocolate cake from Costco just because I said don't suppress the desires. There are some passions we've got to learn to bridle. But I'm talking about those desires that just don't go away. The desire to be great. The desire to create. The desire to make a difference. If you want to have wealth, then so be it. Don't suppress that. If you've been wanting to write a book for a long time and something inside your heart says write the book, my goodness, write the book. If you know you want to have an epic marriage and you've been settling for a marriage that is subpar, mediocre at best, but yet you know that something is more, there's something possible, what are you waiting for? Don't suppress the desires. Explore them. I've always wanted to make a difference. I've wanted to be wealthy. I've wanted to create something magnificent. I've wanted to create a legacy. To have a legacy for me, my wife, my kids, my mom and dad, their their name, my family name. So don't suppress this thing. Here's a few tips to help you. Number 1, be real about what you want. Be real about it. Write it down. People call me crazy. They're like, dude, you're Polynesian. You ain't supposed to be like some big speaker, trainer, wealthy dude. You're just supposed to be grateful. You're just supposed to be this. I'm like, who are you? Are you God? Last time I checked, you aren't God. People out there aren't God. So just be real about it. Brother and sister, I'm going to move this revolution, this prosperity revolution to the globe. I'm going to live my life to the most fullest, most profitable, on purpose, with power, empowering, distinguishing. I'm going to do this. I'm committed to this. So I'm real about it. I actually like driving nice cars and taking nice vacations. I like that. I've always liked that. I like having a nice home. Right? And what's nice for me and what's a nice car for me is different for everyone else. I'm not saying to live my life. I'm saying to live your life. I like taking my wife to Maestro's on Pacific Coast Highway. I like the restaurants. At the same time, I like having a simple life, working from home, meeting with clients. What do you like? What do you want? Can you be real about that? What do you want to create for your life? Second piece that I would have you consider, and just to help you to not suppress the desires, be willing to share those desires with other people. There are a group of people out there, it's like masterminds and clubs and groups are created, but people who are like-minded just like you. People who want what you have, who want what you want. Like they think the same way as you. If I hung out with all the Polynesians that I know, it'd be really awkward because I don't think like most of them. I like running. I like working out. I like being healthy. I want to be. Like some people call it, September's so whitewashed. Well, if whitewashed, meaning like white versus brown versus black, if whitewashed means being my best, striving for greatness, becoming who I was meant to become, then cool, I'm whitewashed. I don't care what you call it. Because I'm real about what I want and I'm willing to share those things. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. If you're a Polynesian, you listen to this, I love you. I just hope you're living your life and not living like most people in every kind of culture. And it's not just Polynesian culture. It's cultures, period. Right? Russian, Hispanic, Asian, Canadian. We all have our cultures where there's like the crabs in the bucket that just want to pull other crabs down. So number 1, be real. Number 2, be willing to share. And number 3, pour gas on that fire. Your desires are like a fire. There are some desires you're like, don't be pouring gas on that. I don't need to go hang out around desserts and pastas and bread because that's always kind of been my kryptonite. But I pour gas on. I love to look at people who are living the life I want to live. And remember, in the game of the prosperity revolution, money is just a result of creating value for people. Hell, what do you know? I get paid to make a difference in other people's lives. I get paid to bring value to the marketplace. So number 1, be real about what you want. Number 2, share with other people. And number 3, pour gas on that fire. Start studying about these people who live greatness, lives of greatness. If you're an athlete, study athletes' lives. I just recently read that Kobe Bryant went out and reached out to all the greats. Of course he would. That's what you do when I was in sales, I reached out to the great salesmen and managers. As a coach, I reach out to the best coaches. If I want to be physically fit, I reach out to the couple of coaches that I'm working with right now. I ask them questions. I'm not afraid to ask. I'm not afraid to be humble and say, teach me. So be real about what you want. Share that with other people and then pour gas on the fire. Like pour gas on it. Study about it. Talk about it. Be about it. Study the lives of people. You like nice cars? Look at nice cars online. Like imagine what it would feel like. You want a bigger home? Imagine what it would feel like. Go look at homes. Right? You want a business that produces? Go study the businesses of people who've done that. I love reading this book called Zappos. Right? The story of Zappos and how Tony brought his company from 1 point to like hundreds of millions, if not into the billions. I study men who live great lives of greatness. Don't suppress your desires, brothers and sisters. The world needs you. The marketplace needs you. God needs you. Your family needs you. They don't need you to suppress and play small. This is your boy, Satemangala, reminding you if you're going to create a life of real radical results, a life that you love, it's going to require you to get into a relentless pursuit with the ruthless commitment to pay the piper every single day so that you can get to the top of your mountains where your prize, promised lands, and possibilities are waiting, just waiting for you. The revolution has begun. Will you join us? I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.